Alrighty, so we finally got the season premiere of Big Brother 23. It was pretty exciting. There was, it was kind of different for me, I guess, because usually when I watch these, the season premieres, like I'll read up on the people, but I don't really like fully talk about it too much, like analyze each one of them or whatever. So like seeing it on TV, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, we talked about her or whatever. So like it was cool.
Yeah, and I was trying to go along and like see if I was right since I did talk about it too. I'm not used to doing that. I was like trying to read each one and be like, oh yeah, I was right about this. I was wrong about this. And it made
Right.
it more exciting for me.
Yeah, and like okay, because I think I was telling you like I was watching this like other YouTube video, and like there really wasn't that many like video interviews with any of the players this time around. It was really just based off of their names and like a really small bio, which is pretty much like the one that we read on the other
Yeah.
episode that we recorded. And so it's like everybody was kind of like in the blind kind of thing until recently. And I want to say maybe like a day ago when they posted some stuff on Instagram or something. But seeing them like actually come into the house and stuff, it was like, oh, okay, cool. Like they seem cool, or oh wait, they're not as cool as I thought they were, kind of thing.
Yeah, I
So
got you.
so I guess we'll just kind of go over the groups, because so I guess if you want to explain it how it kind of played out, I guess. You're breaking up.
No, I'm not. I mean, I didn't hear what you said.
I'm saying if you want to explain, if you want to explain how they were introduced and what they had to do.
Okay, so sorry. So as they came in four groups of four. You know, how they allow certain people to go in at first. Some of the first few people that came in was Xavier, Frenchie, Derek, and Travis.
Right.
They were instructed to go directly to the backyard to start their first competition. Um, this competition, it kind of entitled, so they had like a box with clear slides in it, and they also had a picture in the back
Right.
on a plank, and they
Yep.
had to rearrange the clear slides to
Yeah.
recreate the image that's in the back. So in the first team, the winner was ended up being Frenchie.
Yep.
He was the first one to complete it. Um,
Yep.
Speaking of Frenchie, like I like him. He brings something different to
Right.
the table. Um, it's just I liked his vibe. I really did like his vibe. I was very wrong on my cast assessment with Derek. Um, Derek F.
Yeah.
I believe we had argued over whether he was going to be on the LGBT, and I had said no,
Right.
but
So
he
I guess we'll
definitely
just kind of,
is.
yeah, well, I mean, he hasn't officially said it, but when I saw him, I
No,
thought
he
he
did.
was. I mean, I could be wrong. Oh, he did?
Yeah,
What?
he did in his intro. He said, "I'm black, I'm big, and I'm gay."
I missed that completely. Wow. I
No,
know. Okay.
he confirmed it.
So yeah, okay. I guess we can rewind just a little bit, because I know that so Xavier was the one that was introduced first, right? So he kind of came in like they had like their little video thing or whatever, and like he was like very like New York, like very professional, and he mentioned that he was an attorney, and like it's funny because I don't know if you heard it, but he didn't like they didn't have like the typical introduction that they usually do, right? Where they bring them all together into like the living room, and then they do like the cheers and stuff and introduce each other.
No, they did not do that.
Right. Okay. So he hasn't had a chance yet unless the feeds are going off, and I'm pretty sure they already did. But he did mention on that little introduction that he was not going to mention that he was going to be that he's an attorney. So like that's kind of what we predicted. Like he's not gonna tell them that because it's not smart to say that.
No, I believe he said he was gonna say he did some modeling.
Yep,
So
which is
I don't
believable.
know how I feel about that because normally when somebody lies in this game, they automatically go to modeling.
I guess yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I don't know. Honestly, okay, like if we have to be honest, like I mean, we're always gonna try and be honest, obviously, but um, he wasn't as attractive as I thought he was, like in the as compared to like the pictures that we saw or that picture that we saw. Like, I mean, he still is. I don't know. There was something that like I saw him and I was like, I don't know. It's not like the spark or whatever isn't like as much as I thought it was.
I agree with you. I mean, they did show him kind of shirtless at a point in time, and I was like, he has a nice body, but he definitely looks a little better in a picture.
Right. Yep. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I wasn't like, I don't know. I mean, he's not like not attractive. It's just I wasn't like wowed over it. But there was someone else that I was wowed by it. But we'll kind of get there when we get there because we kind of talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
So we kind of already touched on Frenchie. To me, he didn't stick out too much. Like he did, but he didn't. Like he kind of just like his picture and his bio matched his personality on camera, like on video. So I don't know if that's a good thing because then that means that he's just a well-around, like honest, genuine person. Because everything that he put on his actual bio, like, and I saw him, like everything just kind of like made sense. As opposed to some other people that we can talk about later, like some of them didn't necessarily fit. Because some of the opinions that I have on some of these people after I saw them on the show, I was like, oh wait, they're not as bad as I thought they were, or oh wait, I like them, but now I don't like them, kind of thing, you know. So with him, it's kind of like across the board, everything matches so far.
Yeah. And when we did our first cast assessment, when it came to Frenchie, which we were calling him Brandon, we didn't know he was going to come in as Frenchie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really think I was going to like his vibe. He did give me
Right.
Sam Smith vibes. However, from first night, I do kind of I am vibing like I am liking his style. So he's
Right.
somebody that I kind of just want to keep an eye out on.
I do like that
There he
he
does.
likes to I mean, you know, obviously this is going to be a spoiler video for whoever watches it, but we'll kind of go over the results of certain things later. We've already talked about Frenchie being the winner of this little grouping, and then we'll kind of go over some other stuff, I guess, later. But yeah, so he's not the worst. He's not my like. I'm not vibing with him. He's still not a standout to me, but it could change. Derek was like, I like him, but like a lot of the stuff that he put on his thing doesn't match. I feel like.
Yes, I do agree. In his bio, he made it seem like he was very serious, very down to the game, from my opinion.
Yes, but also he made it seem like he was going to be the leader of the pack and very assertive, and I didn't really get those vibes. I got more of the vibes like, you know, it's weird because like when I read his bio when we talked about it, like I was thinking, okay, like he's gonna be assertive, he's gonna be this, like it's cool, like he's gonna play the game. Okay, that's awesome. Like I like that. But then when I saw him on the actual show, he wasn't showing all of that, and then he was showing like more of a vulnerable person, and I like that too because like I think like later in the show, in the episode, he mentions how he's like I'm more than single. I'm like as single as a dollar bill or something like that, and like he makes jokes out of himself kind of like that, and like to me that's not really an assertive person or a dominant person, more like someone that's not afraid to be vulnerable, and like to me like that's cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, I see what you're coming from. Um, I'm gonna be a little honest. I didn't vibe with him. Um, yeah, he's part of the LGBTQ community. However, he's not going to be one of my favorites. I feel like he's going to be a little too over the top, um, kind of borderline. He's going to rub people the wrong way, type thing.
I can see it, but yeah, I don't know. I can't really put a full picture on him yet, but I do know that whatever he put on his bio isn't exactly like what I thought he was gonna. I honestly thought that he was gonna come in and be like that sassy guy, like very like yes girl kind of thing, like very like that, like very like out there. Like I thought he was gonna be out there, and when he came in, like he's still out there, but he's not like the typical. I don't know what you want to call it. Like I thought he was gonna be like one of those like sassy gay guys, if I'm honest. and he wasn't like that. Like he was more a little bit reserved, still out there, but not just like overly out there. If that makes any sense. So still kind of
I have a different read on him because I do feel like he is out there. I think this is the
but
whole reason why. Um,
but okay, for example, like let's compare him to Frankie. Like, you know, people love him or hate him, right? So like Frankie came into the game in his season and was like, I'm here, I'm here. He's like this is the one that you know, like he's like one of those like flamboyant guys that are like there. This guy wasn't like that. I felt like he
he's not
has it.
fully like that. He's not fully like that, but he doesn't have traits like that. So
He does have traits,
he
yes.
might he might be that person still. We still have to figure it out.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, the fact that I'm even talking about him that much means that like he's interesting in his own way. So I feel like he has something there. I just don't know what it is yet. So I'm like, maybe he'll impress us. Maybe he'll like turn it around or something. Maybe he'll become like America's like favorite player or whatever. I don't know. Who knows?
I hope so. But as of right now, he's not somebody I'm fully invested in.
Yeah, I feel like he has the
Uh,
potential for agency, if you know what that means. Like you go from one way of being to another within like a story kind of thing.
okay, I can see that.
So okay.
Then the next person that came in with them is Travis. Travis did surprise me a little bit. Um, I don't really remember him talking about all of his. Um,
Like how he wants to be,
yes,
right? I did
he.
notice that too. I was like, he definitely played it out to be a bigger personality on his bio than on the actual video, like on the actual episode, right? I think, or no?
I think the opposite. I think he said more in the
Mm,
show. Like half of the things that I wasn't aware of. I knew he went to he's from Texas. I know that, and that he
right,
lives in Honolulu, Hawaii. I know that. I
right.
didn't know that he's very smart. Apparently, he graduated from a top school, and that he kind of the type of business that he's in. Like I didn't know that about him, unless I
Yeah,
missed it on the bio. He didn't disclose that, and that was kind of like, oh, like a good factor. Like you could definitely bring something different to the game.
yeah. Um, he might. I think, yeah. There's a lot to him. I feel like than meets the eye. I guess like it just there's just a lot. Um, he's definitely a character. He's kind of mysterious to me. I don't know, like personality wise, I don't know where he falls under. Like I feel like he can either be like very outgoing, very shy, very low key. Like I don't know what's gonna be his vibe, but like
Yeah,
he's
I
definitely
get
made an
that too.
impression, right? So yeah, so those were the first four. Um, so if you, I guess we want to go to the next one. Who were the next one?
So the next people were the first set of girls. It was four girls.
Right.
These girls consisted of Whitney, Brittany, Azah, and Alyssa. We actually did get her name correct, by the way.
Okay, I was about to say. I like that was the person that popped in my head. I was like, because we didn't even talk about that before we recorded this. I was like, wait, hold on, did we get her name right?
Yeah, we did. Thankfully, we did.
Okay, cool.
Um,
So Azah. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, should we just talk about her first? I guess since we just mentioned her.
yeah, we can. So for me, she was gonna. She's. I said that she had potential to win this game.
Right.
Watching her talk and interact and move in a video in her introduction video, I feel that even more. I feel like she has the characteristics to win this game.
Me
She's
too.
very outspoken.
Oh,
I
for
love
sure.
that.
Yep.
I really
She's
do
very
love that.
confident. Like I like she seems confident on paper, like reading the bio, but just watching her, I was like, she is so confident. Like just the way she talks and just everything about her, I was like, yeah, like everything that we said about her is like 1,000%. Like she's still like not number one yet, number two maybe. I'm still kind of fighting between her and this other guy.
One question that I do have, was she the one that said she wanted to win the first HOH?
No, 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 no.
She was not,
Mm-mm.
right? Because she
She
did
was not.
say in the show she did not want to win because she was going to target whoever did win.
Right. So the person that did say that was the person that was introduced within this first batch of girls, which is Alyssa. I did not like Alyssa. I did not like her
You
on
didn't?
paper. She's really pretty. She's very like pretty. Like we even said it on the picture in the bio. Like she's a pretty girl for sure. 1,000% not gonna deny that. But even watching her on the show, I was like, yeah, everything that you put on like on your bio is literally the same person I thought you were gonna be. Like she was like just the way she came off. I was like, I don't know.
I'm on the same boat. She didn't stick out to me on the first night. Um, she was one of the few people that attempted to finish the puzzle. She
Of
was
course,
wrong, obviously, a couple of times, but I don't see her being like too much of a threat competition wise.
right,
I honestly don't see her as a threat socially either.
right.
Um, she's just
I do
a
see her
castmate.
though, because she is. I mean, I could be wrong though. This cast is definitely different from other casts, like in the last few years, I guess, because like like I can see her maybe teaming up with some of the guys because she is really pretty. So I was like, maybe she will make alliances. She does have that like sassy flair to her. So I know that she will definitely like if someone tries to check her, she will like fight back kind of thing. Like she will say something back. Cause like from the
I mean,
get-go, I
she's
got the
Latina.
yeah. So I saw the video. Like as soon as she came in, then they introduced her like from the get-go, like literally from the first. I can't even remember what she said first, but as soon as I heard her, I was like, oh yeah, she is a sassy girl for sure. I may not like
Yeah.
her from the get-go, but she's definitely sassy. So she might bring some drama, which is, I mean, that's always fun.
I mean, we could always hope for.
Yeah, I sorry you broke up there because I think you hit like your microphone.
I said we can always hope for a Big Brother fight.
Yes. Yeah. So
Um,
do you want to? Okay, so who do you want to talk about, Brittany or Whitney? Because I feel like those two were the ones that we didn't like, so we kind of have to like talk about them.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put Whitney to the end because I have opinions.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and talk about Brittany.
Okay.
Brittany, I do have some opinions. Brittany is too loud, too outgoing. She's gonna get on people's nerves.
Yes. Although, like, so again, she's one of like kind of like who was it? Who did I say that matched their profile? Was it Travis? I don't know. I don't know who we mentioned, but it matched their bio. Hers matched for sure. Like everything that she talked about on her actual bio, she literally brought all of that up on her little intro, like how she did this and how she got 2 degrees and how she did this and she won like some type of belt and all this stuff. I did have a soft spot for her saying that she deals with autism, which I think that's a redeeming quality in a sense because I do know that autistic people tend to have a. I mean, they obviously. I don't know. I'm not like a psychologist or anything like that, but I do know that they have like a different perspective on social situations, and I think that because she has that, she may not have a full perspective that everybody else has in the sense like she has a different perspective pretty much on the game
Yeah,
and on her surroundings. So I think that's maybe why she rubs people the wrong way, which I don't know.
I mean, you're right because that's probably why she's really loud and always
Right.
upbeat. Um, but, and I do feel for her for having autism. I it's a
Right.
redemption, but I feel like in this game, being in the house for 90 days, I feel like we're eventually gonna see people start saying like she's too much,
So
and
I will
that's
say I want to say, and I could be wrong, but I think this season is going to be like 70 something days. It's not going to be the full 90 days. So it's going to be a little bit
well, they did
shorter.
say 90. They did say 90 days.
I don't know
Well, they
because
said
okay,
30 days. They said 3 months.
3 months, so 330 times. I don't know.
90 days.
Maybe 2.5. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I could have sworn I heard someone else say that there was gonna be like 70 something days, like 72 days maybe. I could be wrong though.
But I still
don't know.
feel like that long of time, Brittany
Right.
has the potential to
She
rub
will.
them the wrong way.
She definitely will, and yeah, I can see what she would. She's very about herself. I don't know. She definitely kind of switched it up a little bit. So yeah, we'll kind of see where she's at. But last and not least, we have Whitney. Apparently, you have some
What did
opinions
Big
on
Brother
her.
do? What did Big Brother do? First of all, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just flat out say this: the girl has an ass. She does. It's out there.
Mhm.
I do not like her. I did not like her the first time. As soon as I saw her picture, I was like, I'm not gonna vibe with this girl. I just did not. And she just spoiler alert, she's the one that wins during this from these
Right.
four girls.
Right.
That surprises me and shocks me.
Yep.
She should take this win and be proud that she got it. She might surprise me and be a comp beast, but she rubs me the wrong way. Anytime that I saw her do like some type of little confessional or I heard her talking, I was just like, ugh, I can't with this girl. She looks like her whole body is just fake. I don't like that. Like, she rubs me the wrong way.
I like her. I don't know what it is about her. Like I feel like she does, she's a makeup artist, so she does do her makeup a lot, and she's very in tune with her looks. For good or
She's
for
gonna be
bad.
all full of herself.
I don't know. I can't I don't know. I can't really like say that I don't like her yet. Like as opposed to seeing the bio, I think like the way she is now, like just seeing her, like I feel like she might be a comp piece, honestly, because I remember like we were texting and you were like, oh yeah, she's not gonna win this, and then she won. I was like, maybe she will be good.
No.
I don't know.
When I met, she's not gonna win this. She's not gonna win Big Brother.
Oh, but see, even then, I don't know. I always like to kind of just think like maybe she might turn it around.
I mean, if she does, like, good for you, girl. Like, you got somebody that doesn't like you to like you. But as of right now, you got a lot of work to do, sweetheart.
Yeah, and I'm sure like you're not the only one out there, but I don't know. Like to me, like seeing her on camera was a different vibe that I got from her. Because okay, one thing that I thought at first was that I thought she was taller than what she was. So then seeing her on the show, I was like, oh, she's like little, and then she has like you said, she has a big butt, and like she's really pretty. Like I just thought she was really pretty. Like she knows how to do her makeup. Like she really does. Like I can see why she does that for a living. Like she knows how to dress well. To me she seems personable. She doesn't come off like okay, like if I'm gonna compare her and Alyssa to me comes off like a bitch. Whitney doesn't. Whitney just maybe she
no.
I mean, we can have different opinions, obviously. Like between Alyssa and Whitney, I'm just team Whitney. I'm just gonna put it out there, like right now. Like I want to like Alyssa, but she's just too bitchy for me.
Between Team Alyssa and Team Whitney, I'm Team Evicted both.
Your team was all obviously right from that four. Obviously, me too.
So one thing that really bothered me about Whitney, and you're just gonna be like, that's so small, and that you shouldn't even have paid attention to that. The girl took off her shoes. Like, you were more important about your shoe than it bothered me. It really did bother me. I was just like, ugh. Maybe because she bothers me in general, that just little things like that.
Little thing, yeah. I don't know. Like to me, honestly, I'm not even because they're all pretty girls, obviously, but like to me, she's up there. Like she is. I'm just like, okay, this girl is like she knows herself. She knows how to dress. She knows all of it. So might be a little bit of a shallow thing of me, but I like her. I don't know.
We need to stop because I'm being very rude. Let's move on to the next.
Yeah, let's go on to the next group. So the next one was the last four guys, right? So if you want to, who are the last four?
Okay, so the last four is Christian, Derek X, Brent, and Kyland.
Okay.
And one person in this group is gonna light up somebody's world.
For sure. We don't know whose it is yet, but someone.
So I'll go ahead with whoever we have left first on the
Yep.
List, which is Christian.
Yep.
So this might sound bad.
Mhm.
I don't really remember him much, so that obviously tells you something.
Right. And he honestly, I know that like on the pre-show assessment that we made, I said that he might play a good game and like he might just, I don't know, like I said something like positive about him. Seeing him on the actual show was way more underwhelming than his actual bio. Because there was,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we might as well just spoil it. He did win out of the four of this little grouping. You know, he won that competition. So that kind of puts him out there as like a potential comp piece. So I could be wrong, but just his vibe is like,
His
I
vibe
don't
was
know.
off, and I didn't really pay much attention to him. I think he might be the guy with the curly hair that said that he likes playing with people playing with his hair. That's a plus. I love playing with people's hair. But I mean, I would spend hours doing that. But other than that, I mean, I'm just like, I got to.
Yeah, I don't know if you because like after we had that first episode, he was actually an alternate. Like I don't know who he replaced, but he was an alternate. So he was like a lot besides Claire, obviously, because Claire was like the alternate. I don't know who he replaced, but I know
Was
that
he
he was.
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't
It's
know that.
somewhere out there. I can't remember the source, but he was. So I don't know if that in itself says something, but I mean, not to shit on alternates because obviously we have Claire, who is like, we'll talk about Claire later. Christian is very underwhelming to me. He's not.
Mm.
I mean, honestly, like from just looking at the list of people, I think that he might be like first eliminated, maybe.
No, no. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I don't think he'll
I'm
be
very
first eliminated, but he is pre-jury,
we'll
in
see.
my opinion.
Yeah. Derek Shao is gonna be very low key. I think he's, to me, like even on his video, like he's very likable. Obviously they like him, but I just don't think that he's like a standout. Like,
No,
at
he
least
actually
me.
did stand out to me.
Mm.
I think he's one of the first people, one of the people on the first episode that I felt like he was just going to be there, kind of like a floater type thing. He gave me a different vibe. Like he actually knows who he is. I'll go ahead and say it. He did have a little introduction where he was playing tennis. Guy has a good bod.
I didn't see it.
You
I
missed
think I
out,
missed that
but
part.
yeah, you missed out, which is good. Keep your eyes off. Um, but um, I don't see him advancing far. He might make it to jury,
Right.
but I don't think he's at the bottom of my list. He's definitely not.
No. Okay. So then we have Brent.
We can move on to whoever you're more excited to talk about.
Well, I mean, we'll save the best for last. So let's talk about Brent, and then we'll talk about someone else.
Oh
Brent.
crap! I skipped Brent all around.
Brent. He he's one of the ones that matches his profile again. Like I don't know. He's a typical, like honestly, like yes, we have a diverse cast. I feel like just how you feel about Whitney being like a typical non-diverse cast member. I feel like Brent is kind of in that arena. Just because he's very like just athletic and he's pretty and like all that stuff, and I'm just like I'm just not like interested. It's like whatever.
I thought he was gonna be gay.
Yeah, you
I
mentioned
saw
that last
Flight
time,
Attendant and I was like,
right?
gay.
Stereotyping.
But he's not. He's not.
Mhm.
That was very surprising to me. He's not gay. Um,
He just, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
he
He
does
just
have the
didn't.
looks. I feel like he's gonna gravitate to Whitney's big ass right away.
I can see him, and I'm just making predictions here. I can see him and Travis becoming like that little douchey duo. Like I feel like Travis
Yes.
is gonna be like the brain, and then Brent's gonna be like the muscle. I can see that already. Like just by like looking at the names and seeing the first impressions, like that for sure. I mean, I could be wrong, obviously, but I can see it. I can see Travis and Brent. Like they're probably gonna be Trent or Bravis. You know what I mean? Like I can see like a little bromance there. I can just see it. I could be wrong,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah,
again,
yeah. No, I see it too. So you might not be wrong.
right. Um. So yeah. So we'll move on to Mr. Kylan.
First of all, I'm gonna claim him first before he claims him.
No, if I remember, I said that he was gonna be like my number one for the win, and from what I've seen
No, you
online,
said
and a lot of
Azar
people
was gonna be your number one. You said he was gonna be your number two.
no, we have it on
Go
video.
rewatch the video, bro.
This is why we have videos. You said Azar won. I said Kylan won.
No, you agreed with me with Azar and you put him number two.
No, I did not. Nope. We can go back
We're
to
not
it.
gonna
And
fight over this guy. We're not gonna fight over this guy. You're gonna have to
anyway,
share eventually.
so so like I know I mentioned to you earlier, like we looking at Xavier on the picture, he looked very attractive, and like this is not being shallow or anything like that, but he did look better on his picture than on video for me personally. But that's just me. Kyland, I didn't even mention the fact that I thought he was like attractive. I was like, I love his gameplay, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I saw him on like the TV, and I was like, wait, this guy's like super chill and super attractive. Like I was like just a little plus. That's why I want him to win. Like just I don't know, just he's like the full package. I guess I see season 23 Kyland winning. Like I see it. Like I see it.
Wow, overlooks. I feel like at this
No,
point, like I feel like
it's
if you
not
were
luck.
part of the cast of 23, your gameplay would have been out the window. You'd have been like, Kyland, all I want.
No, it was just a plus. Like it was just kind of like because okay, on the first video, I didn't mention his looks at all. I mentioned his gameplay and how he wants to play, and then
And
seeing
now
him
everything's about his gameplay.
it's about everything. It's about the whole thing. It's about it's about his gameplay and like I said, I'm not gonna base it off of just the looks because I mean there's a lot of attractive people here. I'm not gonna base it off of looks, but he has the gameplay and like the looks just makes it even a little bit better. Because honestly, to be honest with you, I don't even think I've ever had like someone I'm like, oh, I like the way they play and the way they look. Because usually it's either one, at least for the guys. Because usually the ones
Yeah.
that are all attractive and stuff, I'm just like, like you're dumb. So just whatever. And then the ones that are not like attractive, they're the ones that are like very good at the game. With him, I'm not gonna say like, oh my god, he's like freaking model like or whatever like that. But just I don't know, just like everything about him, I was like, hey, I like his vibe. So
All right.
that's
Well,
just
you see
I
him
don't know.
winning. I do see him going far into the game. I still think Azal has hasn't beat by a little.
Maybe. I mean, only time will tell. Obviously, I feel like they're both in the ups for us. But okay, so now we have the last four. Oh wait, so hold on. So who won from that one again?
Christian.
That's right, Christian. So Christian won, yeah. So again, he might be a comp piece, he might not be. He's underwhelming to us, whatever. But at least he's there playing the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're gonna move on to the next people,
Yep.
which is Claire, Sarah, Hannah, and Tiffany.
Yep.
We're gonna start off with Claire. We know Claire is the replacement. She replaced Christy.
Yep.
Claire surprised me whenever she said that she's bisexual. She doesn't look bisexual. I know that there's not a specific
Stereotype.
look that your person's
Right.
gonna have. It was just shocking to me. It's interesting to me. I do feel like like a spoiler alert, she's the one that won out of these four girls.
Right, right,
I
right,
do
right.
feel like I do feel like she's gonna be like really cocky.
I can see that. Okay, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I can see that because she was a little bit sassy on her little intro because I remember like I remember hearing it and like she said something about how like people think that she's nerdy or something or I don't know what she mentioned, but she was like, no, I'm just like doing the coding, bro, or something like that. She said something like, I'm just doing this, like don't get it twisted kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay. So she's aware that she might come off a certain way, but she's like not gonna put up with it, which is just more of a reason to like her, just because I'm like, oh, she's like that rebellious kind of girl, which I like. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's not gonna like put up with anybody's BS. So that's pretty cool. She won, and then yeah. So next one that we have is Sarah. Sarah. So Sarah is still on my top list of the top five that I mentioned last time. The only thing is that she is a little bit different than from what I thought she was going to be. Like her voice, something about her voice caught me off guard. Like I thought she was gonna have like a different voice. It sounds weird, but when she got on the video, like on the show, like I was like, her voice was like a little bit too high pitched for me.
Um, I feel like she's gonna be the nerdy girl.
Hmm.
Um, I don't. I wrote it down during the episode. Sarah questionable to make it far. The reason I say
Yep,
this is because of her personality. Like she is going to be a little like on the extra side. Um, I don't feel like she's going to be part of any big power alliance or anything like that. They're
definitely
not going
not.
to include her in that. So
She's
I
an
don't see
outcast.
her making it far. She she's interesting to me. I kind of find her interesting, but as far as the game wise, I don't. I feel like there's a lot more stronger people out there than her, and they're not gonna include her and stuff.
Which yes, that's true. But again, like seeing her the way she was because I think she was like one of the last ones to be picked. And watching her, I was like, oh no, like I want her to be picked, like I want her to kind of fit in, whatever. She to me, she's like the underdog to me. But um at the same time, I do feel like she is playing that floater game really well. If that's her goal, like she's like last one to be picked. Because honestly, like on video, she was not threatening at all. Like even like the voice that she had, like it kind of sounded like a little girl's voice. It didn't sound like
Mhm.
an older girl. So I think that's what threw me off because she had the glasses and like her voice, and I was just like, no, it doesn't match a little bit. But then I'm like, well, it does kind of match because she wants to be non-threatening. Like she does not come off as a threat at all to anybody. Honestly, like she's like just very like
Yeah, I mean,
low key.
I I see that, but I do feel like Frenchie being HOH right now and she being on a team that's not safe,
Right.
I
So
see
you just
her as a
spoiled it.
potential nominee. Oh,
Yeah. No, that's
oh
okay.
well.
And we were about to get there anyway. So let's just go over Hannah and Tiffany, and then we'll go over that. So Hannah Hannah is as opposed to Sarah.
So
Hannah
I'm
was one of the ones that I said I
go ahead.
wasn't gonna like too much. Like I said on on the other video, I was like, eh. But watching her on video, like on the show, I was like, wait, hold on. She's not kidding. She actually seems serious when she said she wants to get blood on her hands and she wants to do it. I'm like, ooh, this girl is serious. She wasn't joking.
I'm comparing her to Alyssa. I
I could
see
see that.
them getting into a group. They're going to be
Mm-hmm.
the two girls that stick together.
Yep,
Um, I predict that now.
for sure. I can see that. I mean, to
So
be
I
fair,
mean,
they're like they're the alpha females of this cast. Now that I think about it, like they're definitely the. I mean, besides Azal, obviously. Azal, I'm sorry. Azal, what's her name? Hannah and Alyssa, they're definitely like the alpha females for sure. Like without a doubt. Like I can see them. They're out there.
I see more of Claire an alpha female.
Yes, but more like on the rebellious side. Yes, I do.
I
But
feel like Claire is going to want to align herself with the top guys. I think she's going to want to be
exactly.
with the guys.
exactly. She's more like on the tomboy side, which I'm all up for
Yes.
that. And Hannah and Alyssa are going to be more on the girly, clicky, mean girl side, which I'm not opposed to. I think that Hannah is going to have the upper hand on that because Alyssa's too predictable. She wears her emotions on her face, and
Mhm.
Hannah kind of does, but I feel like Hannah isn't afraid to make that one like little stab at someone. Hannah seems like she's savage. I can see it. I could be wrong, but I
She's going to
like
be
from what
definitely fun to watch.
for sure. Yep. So I'm definitely excited to see her now. Like I'm like I was wrong. I thought she was just like all talk, but like the way she presented herself, I was like, wait, hold on. She seems pretty cool. So we'll see how she does. And finally we have Tiffany.
And Tiffany is a girl that I am really liking. From her pictures, I just found her she was going to be like another strong player. I like her. She did mention her age. She's 40. I did not know that. And I think she's going to use that to her advantage
I thought we talked about it last
because she
time.
looks. Did we not talk about
Yeah,
it?
yeah, we mentioned her age. I'm pretty sure we did.
No, I
I
don't
mean,
remember talking about her age at all.
I'm sure I mentioned her age because us old people, we know our age. um, I don't know. She she wasn't memorable to me.
I
I don't
do. I
know.
feel like her and Azar are going to get together. I'm making that projection.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I can't really say like what's gonna happen. I just don't think that she was a standout to me. I could be wrong. I'm like it's super early. It's literally the first episode, but she she's there to me right now. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm rooting for her.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So now, so right after that, so we have our winners, which was Frenchie, Whitney, Christian, and Claire.
Right.
Right after that, they were find out that they were going to work in pair and teams.
Right.
We can go ahead and speak about the teams because I have opinions on the teams. I
For
don't
sure.
like that at all. I
I
don't.
do not either. I don't.
I don't understand. I know Jolie tried to explain it a little bit. I don't understand how it's going to work. I have questions because she said the winning team is going to make the leader HOH. Is that going to be all the time? So if the team always wins, is the team leader always going to be HOH?
I didn't catch that. I thought it was just gonna be whoever won HOH is gonna be the the leader. I don't know.
So,
I
so
honestly did not catch that. I did not catch that
yeah,
whatsoever.
she said that the winning team um, was going to be safe for the week, all four, and then the
Right.
leader was going to be HOH. So is that going to be all the time? Because I don't think that's fair.
Definitely not. And I don't think that it's gonna last that long. I think it's maybe gonna last like maybe 4 weeks, if anything. Like it's just gonna last 4 rounds. If that.
Oh, hopefully, I don't like the team's
Me
part.
neither.
I feel
I
like everybody should play their own game.
for sure.
And you said it correctly when
Right.
we were texting. It has the potential to take a weak player far,
Right.
and potentially a good player that we're hoping will win can get evicted faster. I don't
Right.
like that. I'm
Me
hoping
neither.
these team things just disappear.
It kind of reminds
So
me like the whole like the battle of the block. Like some of the things, like honestly, like Big Brother, I feel like especially lately, like they've been trying to come up with these like little twists, which are good. Some of them are, but some of them are just like, can we just keep it like regular Big Brother? Can we just have HOH veto eviction, HOH veto eviction? Like we don't need to have these groups. We don't need to have these couples. We don't need to have these things going on. And I feel like again, I mean, it's fun to watch to a certain extent, but it's also like because yeah, so like for example, like we just go down the list of people. I mean, should we start with Frenchie, I guess, and his team? So pretty much what they did was they all got their own little tribe, right? So we have the jokers, the kings, the aces. I do like the poker thing though, because I love like I mean just being like for example, like what is it, bias? Like I love the aces. Like not because of the people, but I just like, like if I was in the show, I would be like, I want to be an ace. Like I want to be an ace or a king. Like either one of those, like I just want to be part of it. Um So that to me is fun, but then also the people that got picked on each one of those things, you know. Um, so yeah, should we go down the list? All right, so first one was Frenchie. So it was so pretty much okay. So each one of them got to like how did it go? Like they had to like they got two people.
So basically, what they did, they pushed a button, and then there was like a little like slot machine, and they gave them two
Right.
choices. It gave them like a quick little video with like a quick fun fact for the two people that came
Right.
up, and they were supposed to choose one and
Right.
like which one of the two that they liked.
Yeah. So and they kind of went in round route.
Yeah, they got like.
So
to start off, Frenchie chose a Saw first. I think that's a great choice, strong choice.
So should we just gonna go down like the list of people that they picked? So yeah, so we'll just kind of go down the list of people that they picked, right? So Frenchie picked Azal, Derek, F, and Brittany. I like that he picked Azal and Derek because I had predicted that they would kind of work together. But then Brittany's in the mix. So I'm like,
I'm very surprised he chose Brittany, honestly. I didn't see her as one of the picks. I do not remember who she was up against in the slot machine. I think that might have something to do with it.
It might have.
But yeah, that's a surprising pick for me. This team, I feel like Frenchie winning the first two comps and Azar being on her team, I feel like this team has potential to do well.
For sure. I 1,000% see that. I think it is a power team, honestly, because Frenchie is the comp piece, Azar is like the strategist, Derek is like the social butterfly, and Brittany is kind of like, I don't know, I don't, Brittany's just a strong personality, love it or hate it. She is a strong personality. So like, she might be able to expose people. She might be like the exposer of the team. Derek is going to be like the one that grabs the info. Azaz is going to be like the one that puts kind of like the info together. And then Frenchie's going to be like the leader that's going to like, well, not the leader, but he's going to be like the comp piece, really. He's just going to win the competition. Azaz will probably be the one that kind of puts everything together. And then Derek is going to get the info. And like I said, and then Brittany's going to expose the info. So
yeah.
This group is not bad, which is funny because like the Jokers are like the Jokers. You would think they're kind of like the joke of the group, but they're not. Like they're literally the like. I mean, we'll go down the other three, but for sure, like that's a strong group. Now that I think about it, like that, those are all strong players in their own right.
I completely agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next team that we have is going to be Team Whitney, and they are considered the Aces. That team consists of Whitney, Brent, Derek X, and Hannah.
Right.
And right off the bat, I do see that she chose Brent right away. Remember, I said he was going to go right after that ass. That's what that happened.
And I just noticed that Whitney picked Hannah, which is it's one of those because okay, so like just looking back at it, Whitney, I could see Whitney, Alyssa, and Hannah being the mean girls. And the fact that she picked Hannah already says like she might have not been able to pick Alyssa because someone else picked Alyssa, but she at least got Hannah on her way. So like she has one of the mean girls on there. Because this one, I don't know, this one is also a pretty strong team now that I think about it, because you know Whitney is, I guess maybe the comp piece. Brent is like the social butterfly. Derek is the strategist. And then Hannah is probably like the exposer. Like she's like gonna be the one that, like she said, she's not afraid to get blood on her hands. She will go out there and be like, hey, you know what? I'm coming for you. Like she's not afraid. So
I have a different read on the group. I don't feel like this group. I know that they got second place. Spoiler alert.
Hmm.
But I don't see that the dynamic in the future is gonna vibe well. I feel like Brittany and Brent are gonna form like this little showmance type thing. I'm predicting it now, and I feel like
Sure.
Derek and Hannah are just gonna be like there.
Maybe, maybe. I mean, for sure, out of the four, Derek and Hannah are the stronger ones. But because Whitney and Brent might have like that little upper hand on their little showman, maybe they might feel left out. So that makes sense. I can see that. I
Yeah.
mean, I am rooting for this one just because of the aces. Just I don't know. I have like I feel like the ace, like the top of like the poker cards, the poker thing, or whatever. Um, but yeah, it might work, it might not. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Next one is the Kings, right?
Yes, the Kings, which consist of Christian, Alyssa, Xavier, and Sarah. Um,
Okay, so like how you feel about
this,
the aces, I feel like this is kind of how I feel about the Kings. I'm not
I
vibing
mean,
with
they
it.
did struggle on that challenge. I'm not
Yeah, I'm
feeling
not
this group
vibing
at
with it.
all. I feel like this
Yep,
is where the losers are going to come from. I feel like these are where the nominees are going to come from.
for sure.
Um,
Which sucks because I mean, like,
they're all my iffy characters. I know that I said Xavier was probably going to be on top of my list. After seeing him today, he's not at the top of my list, but I do see them struggling as a team together.
right, right. Yeah, especially because I mean, like, I don't see any of these people making decisions. None of them. I don't see Christian as a leader. I don't. If anything, maybe Xavier, but even Xavier, like he seems like I don't know. I don't see Xavier as a leader either. Unfortunately, I don't see Alyssa as a leader. I do not see Sarah. As much as I love Sarah, I don't see her as a leader. She might be the voice of reason, if anything, because if anything, if she's like that fly on the wall, like I said, she'll have a good read on the house, which might make her like a little leader of this group. But the other three, they're cannons. They're loose cannons. Like Christian to me reads loose cannon. Alyssa is a loose cannon. Xavier might not be, might be. I don't know. And then Sarah is like I said, the fly on the wall. So she's like the voice of reason of this group. So you're right. Like this one is for sure probably going to be the one that gets nominated the most. For
Yeah,
sure.
I see that.
Yeah, I see it too.
So last team that we have are the Queens. This team consists of Claire, Kylan, Travis, and Tiffany.
Yep.
Um, this team I feel like is gonna be like right underneath the Frenchie on my list, then Whitney, then Christian. Um,
Okay.
just particularly because I think Claire is gonna form bonds with Kylan and the alpha males.
Who? I'm sorry. Who are you talking to about?
Claire.
Claire and Kylan and Travis.
No, I feel like Claire is gonna be like she's gonna branch out to other teams.
Oh, for sure, 1,000%. She will. I mean, this team I feel like has half of the people that I like and half of the people that I don't like. It has Claire and Kylan, which I love. And then there's Tiffany and Travis, which I'm not like crazy about. So I don't know. Like if I had to rank them, I probably would rank the Jokers first, and then the Aces, and then the Queens, and then the Kings. Just because as much as I want to root for Claire and Kylan, they're Tiffany. Honestly, okay, so like I'm just gonna I don't know. Just from again, it's just from the first episode. Comparing Tiffany and Sarah. To me, Tiffany read floater without wanting to be a floater, and Sarah is wanting to be a floater. So Tiffany is just automatically falling into that, but I could be wrong. It's literally the first episode, and then Travis is just like on his own. Honestly, he's like on his own little mind, which is
Yeah,
very hard
yeah, I
to
see
read.
that.
So Claire and
I
Carlin are
see
kind
that.
of just stuck with two people that they don't really know how to handle. So it might hurt them a little bit. I mean, I think besides the Kings group, I think the Queens are also a little bit in trouble. I think Jokers and Aces are kind of I don't know. I mean, just looking at all of them, I don't know how it's gonna go. I mean, each one has their own things. Like I don't know. It's all over the place. Because I mean,
Yeah,
Frenchie
I
could be
mean,
friends with like Christian. like, like I don't see Frenchie being friends with like Brent. But I was just saying that Jokers and Aces are like the top teams, but if they don't like each other, they might just become like a rivalry. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, well, it's just something that we're gonna have to wait and see how this team works, this team dynamic works and stuff.
For sure. So I guess just one last little thing before we go. So Frenchie won HOH. Who do you predict are going to be the nominees? And then I'll say my nominees, and then we'll wrap it up for today.
So I think it's going to be Sarah and Alyssa.
Does it have to be from
Team
the
Christian.
same? Does it have to be from the same group, or can it be from different groups?
That's what we don't know yet. We don't know if it's going to be same team or if it's just going to be random 2 people like normal.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that whatever team is safe, they can pick whoever they want from the other team. So I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be Frenchie's probably gonna pick. Let me see. I can't read Frenchie though. I'm gonna say Alyssa and Brent. For some reason, I feel like Frenchie's gonna be like threatened by Brent, and he's gonna have to put him up. That's just my assumption.
I don't know about that. I feel like Frenchie's going to be one of those guys that wants to be around with the alpha males. So I feel like he might try to keep Brent around this time around.
Maybe. It could be. I don't know. So this is my assumption. I just feel like Alyssa's a loudmouth. She's probably going to go up, and then Brent he's kind of like the male version of Alyssa, to be honest with you. Like they're both all into themselves. They're cocky. I mean, if anything, Brent and Alyssa would probably be like the next Jess and Cody. I can see it.
Yeah, I see that too.
I don't know. So I guess we'll see. I think the next episode is on Sunday. So, yep. So I'm going to probably try and watch some of the live feeds when I get a chance. And then hopefully we have some good stuff. And then hopefully we get to see who gets nominated. And then we'll see if our predictions were right.
All right. Well, the summer has begun and we should expect the unexpected.
For sure. Yep. So we'll see how it goes next episode. So next time.
Well, we'll see you on next episode.
Alrighty. Bye.
All right. Bye.